Hey, badass business owners. Today, I want to talk about finding good help in a crazy market where there just isn't any. Now, I know this topic isn't for everybody, so I totally understand if you check out. But for those of you that have teams or are looking to hire people or in desperate need of people, I think this is a topic we need to talk about. I've had a few requests over the last week and a half or so, and it's come up through a couple different things, which that means I need to talk about it. Here's the thing with good people. They don't just show up on your doorstep. And the longer you wait around waiting for good people to show up, they're not going to do it. Right now, we're at an all-time low of 35% unemployment rate. So you definitely know they're not showing up. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, even when it's 4%, 5%, the same thing is true. Very few people who are really good are just going to show up on your doorstep because 9 times out of 10, they're already working. They might be working somewhere else. That doesn't necessarily mean they're happy where they're at. Your mission, your goal is whether it's a tight labor market or it's not. You always have to be looking for good people. Some of the advice that I'm going to give you is not only what you need to do today, but things I want you to keep in mind long term, because it is probably by far the number one mistake that people make when it comes to their people is they only seem to be looking for good people when they need them, when you're in a place of desperation, in which case that's how you end up always settling for people that in your gut you knew you probably shouldn't have hired. Now, with that said, some things I want you to keep in mind. And this is what I would do if I was in your shoes today. I've given this advice, and if you've been around me for a long time, you'll know that I'm always giving this advice. Now, please know I have hired thousands of people, and I am not exaggerating, over the last 40 years. I have hired lots of people, and I can tell you I've sat through some of the most excruciating, painful experiences hiring people. It is not the most fun thing I've ever done. But I will tell you, it is one of the most important things that I've ever done. I call it a necessary evil, and you have to commit the time to do it the right way. Otherwise, you pay the price. I'm all about having the best people on my team. And sometimes you got to crack a lot of eggs to get the ones that are right, in which case you're going to have to talk to a lot of different people. But like I said, they're not just showing up on your doorstep. So where are they? Well, they're out there working for somebody else. The only way that you are going to find these good people, especially in today's market, is to always be on the lookout. You need to have your eyes peeled through your entire day looking for people that you can have a conversation with. Because if you start the conversation, your main mission is to find out, are they happy doing what it is that they're doing? You have been out in the wild and you have come across some people with some amazing customer service skills. You have come across people with some tremendous work ethic skills. You have come across people that do a fantastic job at what they're doing. Your mission is to find out, are they happy where they're at? Now, remember, when you are out there trying to recruit people, the worst thing you can try to do is make it all about you. You need to find out, what is their motivation? What is it going to take in order for you to be able to get them? And by the way, a lot of times you're just planting seeds, because I promise you a great conversation is not going to lead to them throwing down whatever it is that they're doing and saying, I'm in, let's go. I want to come work for you right now. That's not going to happen. But what you are going to do is you're going to plant a seed that, hey, if they're ever looking for a change, to come see you. A couple areas that we can keep a look at is think about jobs that are out there today where people take on as an extra way of making some money. People that drive for Uber, DoorDash people that are taking on these second and third jobs in order to pay off their bills. Now, sometimes they do those jobs out of convenience. I know somebody that, for example, does DoorDash, but they do it because they're able to do it in between other jobs and other things that they're doing. But I also know the same person would love to have one job that's amazing, that takes care of everything that they do. But yet I know other people that do it just because they're very happy with their day job, but they're looking for extra money. You have to ask yourself, do the positions you have available, do they work for this type of person? For example, is there a way that somebody could work for you part-time versus having to be full-time? A lot of times we want full-time people, but this may be one of those seasons in your business where you look at having 2 part-time people in order to accomplish the same amount of stuff. You have to sometimes get creative, because not only is there a 3.5% unemployment, but a lot of people are out there hustling, working 2 to 3 jobs because of the unique environment of how much money they need to have. So it's something you definitely need to keep in mind. But I want you looking everywhere. Okay. When you go to your local gas station, I want you looking at the people that are working behind the counter and that are roaming around inside the gas station. And are they hustling? Are they busting their butt? Are they saying hi to everybody? When you go to Walmart, who's putting away the freight? Who's going around helping the customers? I want you to think about fast food. When you go to fast food, who's the kid or McDonald's hires all ages, but who's the person running around that you could see on your team? You've always got to be looking no matter where you're at, even if you would think that your type of person isn't there. The other thing is, if you have a very specialized business and you're looking for people that have specific skills, then yeah, that's going to be a little bit harder. You kind of got to look at it two different ways. One is, where would that person be today? And then ask yourself, is it something that can be taught? For example, maybe it's something that has a great attention to detail. Then those are the type of people that you need to have your eyes out looking for. I know right now some of you are already going, Tammy, you don't understand. I want to know right now, where can I go? Can I go to Indeed? Can I go here? Can I go? No, you know what? Let everybody else tell you that crap, because yes, that's one way you can do it. I'm not going to sit here and regurgitate the normal things that you hear from people on how to go get a job. Yes, you can post on Facebook. Yes, you can post on Craigslist. Yes, you can go to all those hiring companies. Those are definitely ways that you can hire people. But when I look at hiring, I don't look at hiring as an in-the-moment thing. Yes, that in that moment is a desperation hire. I'm telling you right now, I want you guys changing your mindset that you are always hiring, that you're always looking for good people. But number two, that has to be tied to that, you need to be focused on how do you keep the people that you have. Are you replacing people because they leave? If you're having to replace people because they're constantly leaving, I want you to look in the mirror, because it's you. There's something that you're doing. There's something in your business. There's something about your business that is causing people not to stay. Now, if you're hiring because your growth is so amazing and you need to bring on new team members, that's something different. You need to try to always work on getting ahead of the curve. One of the reasons why you need to always be hiring, because if you find a fantastic person, even if you don't need them today, you need to hire them, because they're either going to help fuel the growth of the future, or I'll guarantee you there's someone on your team that probably doesn't necessarily need to be there, but you've been holding on to them because you've been afraid of not being able to replace them. Whatever the case may be, you need to always be hiring. You need to think outside of the box. You need to go to high schools and college campuses and talk to the counselors and find out people that are looking for jobs, or even if it's part-time or if it's full-time. You need to go to VA centers and find some of our vets that haven't been able to get work, and can you supply jobs that will help these folks get on their feet and become amazing, amazing employees in your business. So you need to start thinking differently than what it is that you've been thinking today. Go find people that are in retirement. There's been people that went and retired from what it is that they do because they couldn't do that back-breaking, knee hurting type of business, but they'd be more than willing to do it part-time for 10, 15 hours a week. Could that work into your business model? Go to seniors centers, go to 55 plus communities. Believe it or not, depending upon what it is that you do, some of these folks would make excellent employees if given the chance, and you just listen to what it is that they're looking for. And don't forget, always let people know that you're hiring. Make sure that you tell people on Facebook that you're hiring. Make sure you tell family and friends. Everybody knows somebody, and they may not know somebody in that moment, but if they happen to get into a conversation later with somebody who's really unhappy with what they're doing, they might just say, oh, you know who's hiring? I just saw this. Such and such is hiring. Maybe they just saw it, but yet you've posted it 10, 12 times. But because that your timing was perfect for when they had that need, they were able to bring that up. And like I said, because you're going to always be hiring, make sure that you don't try to sell them on the job. Don't try to sell them on you. Don't try to sell them on your business. What you need to do is you need to find out what is it that they're looking for in a place, and how can you show them the benefits of joining your company. Because once again, you're going to be loving on these people when they work for you. You're going to be making sure that you're listening to them and that you're hearing what it is that they have to say, good, bad, or ugly, no matter how uncomfortable it is. I'm not saying coddle your employees. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is create a great, wonderful, fantastic work environment to where they want to be there, where they feel heard, where they feel they have great leadership. That's what you want to be doing. And by the way, when it comes to money, because I get that one all the time as well. Listen, I'm the type of person that will tell you, hire someone at $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $50 an hour. People need to always feel there's a way for them to grow and continue to earn more money. The mistake that we make is we fail to increase the responsibilities and the expectations as we continue to give people more money. The more money that someone makes, the more responsibility, the better at their craft they need to become. They don't just get a raise because they showed up. It's up to you, the leader, you, the boss, to increase those expectations every time you give them more money. I always say, if you think about a car, I can take the cheapest car and I can take the most expensive car. They both are going to go from point A to point B. The reason that you are willing to pay for the more expensive car is because of all the bells and whistles and extra things that you get, not because it goes from A to B. That's the minimum expectation of your car, is it goes from A to B. But what you're paying for and why you're paying those big bucks is how it makes you feel, how it makes you look, all the perks and things that it comes with, all the gizmos and gadgets it comes with. Your employees are no different. Your basic employee who you bring in has to be wonderful, fantastic, great at customer service and whatnot, and you're going to pay them a really good living wage. Those that want to make more, they're going to continue to increase their value to you and your business. And in most cases, your most high-end employees should be the ones that are creating the most sales, saving you the most profit, because guess what? They're not making the same mistakes. They can get jobs done in twice the speed that other people can. Good employees make you money. They don't cost you money. You have to think of your employees as an investment. Now, if you're going to go out there and you're going to spend 3-4 hours looking at what the best, whatever it is that you're going to buy, why would you not invest that same time and energy into finding the best employee? If you think about it, you're paying that employee anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 a year, depending upon what type of employee. Why are you not investing more time and energy into it, just like you would if you were buying a car? You need to change the way that you're thinking about people. Now, do I wish that there was a magic wand, some magic stuff that I could give you that would tell you how to find the perfect person tomorrow? Absolutely. Some of you guys are dying because you cannot find good people. I'm telling you, you have got to adopt the philosophy that you're always looking, you're always hiring, and you've got your eyes peeled no matter where you go, that you're always communicating to people that you're looking for good people. Every opportunity you have to do that. If you do any kind of networking, don't network the business, network the fact that you're looking for really good people. And that's what you're there for today, is you want to find the best. You want to have people that will love and care on your customers and want to have great opportunities and work for a fantastic company. What is great about your company? Don't talk about what it is that you do. You don't need more business in most cases. You need good people, because without the good people, you can't grow the business. They go hand in hand. So what I'm telling you is you need to change your thought process around this entire hiring situation. And keep in mind, the best people out there are probably already working. Your mission is to go out there and find them and find a way to create an opening so that way they can come to your business when they are unhappy. You need to create a business that is known in your community as a wonderful place to work. So when they are unemployed, you're the first company that they think of the opportunities that you have. And even if you are a small mom and pop and you only have 1 or 2, 3 employees at most, you can still do this. The main thing you have to do is people have to understand the opportunity that it is that you have. If people are going to be working with their hands, tell them they're going to be working with their hands. If they're going to be working outside, you need to make sure they know they're going to be working outside. Don't hide any of the bad stuff. That's going to help you weed out the people that don't need to be there. But what you need to do is you need to also talk to them about all the good stuff. So you need to share both sides of it. Listen, I want you guys to have the best people that you can have, but I'm telling you, it is not easy. And it is one of the hardest things that you will do in your business, because it's an ongoing thing. You always need to be looking. You need to always be hiring. But I promise you that if you find the right people and you invest the time and energy up front in finding the right people, and then you spend the time and energy to maintain and retain those people and to train them and to help them understand why they never want to leave you, you're going to have an amazing business with some amazing employees, and you're going to make everybody else jealous. You need to change your thought process. I get that you need people right now, and I wish there was a magic one, like I said earlier, but there isn't one. You need to get out there and you need to start hustling. Just like you're hustling for business, I need you out there hustling for people. You need to be thinking outside the box. Go to those schools, go to those colleges, go to those VA centers, go to those networking events, get on Facebook, get on those different things and let everybody know your number one mission is to find good people. You need to make sure that you're talking about that all the time. I hope this resonates with some of you guys. I promise you it's a game changer. It's how I approach things. And I know this is going to sound silly. When I had my Baskin Robbins, do you know that majority of those kids that I hired, I had seen them for 6 months to a year before I ever hired them, because I was always looking for good talent, because I knew I didn't need somebody in that moment. But when I had an opening, I wanted one of these people that were coming into my business on a regular basis looking for work. And I was able to help mold them and help teach them along the way, so that by the time they got to me, they already knew that I was invested in them. I remember one kid in particular that he must have come in every single week for like a year. And then when I finally wanted to hire him, he didn't come in that week and I had to track him down. But I'm telling you, I was always looking. There was something in that kid that I just knew would make a great employee. And when that time came, I was able to get that person. But he's not the only one. I was like that with a bunch of different people. You have to always be thinking who will make great employees in your business, and you need to start planting those seeds. If you go to the same gas station every single morning for your coffee and you see the same employee, start planting the seed. And when that person is no longer happy with what they're doing, they're planting the seed that, hey, when you're ready, you come see me. If this ever doesn't work out, you come see me, because you've built a relationship with that person that when that time comes, they're ready to come see you. I want you to do that in every place that you go, whether it's, like I said, a retail establishment, a food establishment, any place that you go. Plant the seeds for the future. I'm rattling. I know I'm rattling. I'm that passionate about this because I think it's one of the biggest mistakes we make when we're looking to hire people is you've got to change the way that you're doing it today, because it's not working for most of you. Not all of you, but for most of you. And if you think about the best people that you have on your team today, I'll guarantee you there's a story attached to how you got them. Think about that. If the best people on your team have a story attached to them, how you got them, then that should give you some insight into how you got the best people on your team. Use that information. It's going to make a huge difference. All right, with that, I'm getting out of here. I wish you guys the best. I know it's difficult. I wish the market was better, but it's not going to get any better anytime soon. So you need to make sure that you are always hiring, always finding those people and looking forward. And I promise you, if you hold them accountable and you have clear expectations and you provide a great workplace, they're going to start coming to you more often because of what you've built and the word of mouth that's going to get out there. So think about the entire picture. It's going to make a huge difference in your business. All right, with that, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, badass business owner, before you go, as you know, I'm a huge believer in you knowing your business numbers. After all, it isn't about how much you sell. It's about what you keep. And the best way to grow your profits is to start diving in and understanding those business numbers. To help you on this journey, I have created the Know Your Business Numbers course. We will walk through how to read your profit and loss statement. You'll learn the key calculations that'll help ensure that you're making a healthy profit on all of your products or services, plus a ton of other good stuff that'll help you learn how to use those business numbers to create even more sales and profits. Just check out the link below in the show notes or visit knowyourbusinessnumberscourse.com. So if you're ready to increase those profits, it's time you start diving into your business numbers.